Today's video feels a little weird to make. This is going to be me passionately rambling about Fortnite over on the commentary channel. And I know, this is the commentary channel. I don't typically talk about Fortnite, but this has to be said. Epic Games is currently going in a direction I don't agree with, and we're going to be getting a reality check very soon that showcases Epic Games trying to push away from being this battle royale game we all knew it as, and instead being like, hey guys, look, we are cool and we are like hip and Robloxy. Go ahead, come on, play UEF and all this type of stuff. And it started earlier today with the most recent change that came in the most recent Fortnite update. As you can see right here in the lobby, we have this teen rating in the bottom right that is talking about how there's violence, there's users interacting with each other, in-game purchases, and if we go over here, we can see tons of different maps, right? If we go over here, click on Murder Mystery, this is a map made by Good Gamers and a group that I'm actually a part of, and they have the team rating. If we go over here to Night in Haddonfield Survival, which is quite literally, you know, a survival game where you're trying to hide from Michael Myers and all the type of stuff from the slasher, this is rated E for everyone, right? But you would think, based on this having a focus on murder or, you know, combat, that this would be rated T for everyone, or a T for teen, you know, the whole entire system. But with this whole entire change came something even weirder, right? So if we're on a E for everyone game and we go to our locker, you may notice that we start having a little bit of some odd symbols popping up as we go through here. Stuff like the visitor right here, you're unable to use this item and experiences rated everyone 10 plus or lower. And if we look at the character, right, you might be wondering why? What is so wrong about this character that I can't use it in those games that, you know, are for everyone ages 10 or lower? The reason why is because this, right on the belt, right there, right? You see that the whole entire like little grenades or ammo or whatever it is right there? Those two objects are what is causing this entire skin to be restricted from the rated E for everyone games. If we go over here and look at this skin, right? You know, ammo being on the side right there makes it restricted. You can't use that in these games, right? Everyone 10 and lower. And even if we type in like Demogorgon, right? If we go ahead and look at the Stranger Things collaboration, this doesn't have guns or anything. You just can't use it in those experiences because it's scary. But at the same time, if it's scary to where you won't want to use it in those experiences, why can't I still see it in my locker anyways, right? Why is this here in the game if it's not allowed in those experiences? It just doesn't make sense to me, and it's something that, you know, I understand. It's like, oh, why are you playing little kids game, right? But if we go through here and we look at some of these maps and all these different things, right? If we look here like the Game Awards forever or whatever, you know, I was playing that solo. That one is rated E for everyone because it doesn't have any crazy combat or anything, right? If we look here at some of the other maps and stuff, even if we go over to like my favorites area, which is going to have a lot of little broken maps and everything, if we look at like Bed Wars, rated T for or rated T for teen, right? You're going to have to go ahead and use any cosmetic you want because of that rating. If we look at like the normal battle royale modes, all rated T. Even Party Royale, a mode that does not have violence in it at all because it's literally just a normal hangout map that people usually go to flex cosmetics, is rated T by Epic Games for teen so that you can use whatever cosmetic you want, right? But keep in mind, that's a Party Royale map. If we go down here and we look at stuff, Joy's Dream World, which is another hangout map similar to Party Royale in a way, but you know, a lot more community based or whatever, it is rated E for everyone because it doesn't have violence. They're trying to add a whole entire gun related minigame, you know, a shooting minigame to this whole entire creative made mode just so people can go ahead, hang out on the map, and use whatever cosmetic they want in the game, and it's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous to see how these age ratings have to be put in the game because Epic Games doesn't want to be known as, oh hey, look here, we are a battle royale anymore. They want to be known as this game that is like Roblox. They want to have it so everyone can go out there. I mean, look, Junji Ito's Haunted House is a game that is rated E for everyone because of mild fantasy violence. But if you know what Junji Ito is, you know that stuff like the Demogorgon is something that is less scarier than that. But for some reason, I can't use the Demogorgon in that map because of this whole system. Now, I know some people are like, FireMonkey, you're just getting ragey or whatever because you play too many kids games or whatnot, right? But it's like, I don't really care. I'm not gonna play most of the creative maps out here, right? I'm not playing the skibbity toilets of the world. But if you're looking, a lot of people are having a focus on trying to add the teen rating to their game, even if it's just a hangout experience, because they want people to be able to use whatever cosmetic they want in it. It feels like a whole entire system that was just rushed out there for the sake of it getting getting rushed out, and it's something that is going to continue being more and more just wild to the point where I'm not even going to really understand anything going on, because, for example, even if we go over here to like a rated E for everyone game, which I think we're currently in, right, and we go to loading screens, we have loading screens, something that only you can see being restricted, something that is not allowed in rated everyone 10 plus or lower experiences, when it's just something you're seeing when loading into the map before you even play it. But for some reason, you know, we can't even let that be on your camera during the time. Meanwhile, if I want to, without even launching the mode or whatever, I can press full screen right here. Look at this, rocket launchers, explosions, oh my god, oh, this is so scary for little Timmy, oh no, right? And even with that said, right, keep in mind, this loading screen right here, if we type in high explosives, this is fine. You can have those experiences, everyone rated, everyone 10 plus or lower, you can have that, but you can't have the drawn remastered version. It is so weird. They don't know what they're doing. They have loading screens that are quite literally guns, like this one right here, which is something that you're able to load into those experiences with, but God forbid you want to use, like, for example, the gun bag from the John Wick collaboration right here. If you want to use this, too bad. You can see right there, you can see a little bit of a gun, you can see the whole entire handle, the whole entire, like, you know, back part of the gun and everything. Therefore, it's too risque for all these experiences rated everyone 10 and lower. It is something that I just don't understand, and it just shows that Epic Games is trying so hard to not be Fortnite, but instead to be this metaverse that they're always trying to push and talk about nonstop. And keep in mind, other games like Roblox don't even like the term metaverse anymore. Roblox doesn't want to see themselves labeled as a metaverse. And I mean, even skins like this, right? This doesn't have any guns or anything on it. It has a little, like, satchel on the side. It's like, what is the gun? Is it because, like, the hand is kind of positioned like a gun? Like, pew, pew, pew. Are hand pistols not allowed anymore? Am I going to get arrested because I went ahead and had my hand in the form of a gun? It doesn't make sense. Why is this skin restricted? Is stone scary to people or something? I just don't get it. And I keep in mind, right, all these restrictions are in place, but you want to be Rick Sanchez? That's completely fine. Do it in whatever experience you want. I get it doesn't have any guns on the character, but, like, you could be Rick Sanchez, Omni-Man's releasing soon, you can be him in those experiences, yet for whatever reason, you can't be Antonia because there's a pistol on the side. You can't be Nolan Chance because there's a pistol on the side. You can't be Bogstick just because he's creepy. That's literally a reason why, right? And just because he looks weird. You can't be a buff cat on summer vacation because there's a gun on the side. You can't be the Terminator because there's ammo on him, but of course you could be John Wick, who is currently, you know, just casually holding a gun in his hand. You could be him in those experiences, but you can't be some of the other characters. It just, the consistency isn't there. Like, for example, Marsha. You can't be Marsha, and at first I was like, oh, it's probably because of the marshmallow grenades, but if we type marshmallow, let's see here. What does this skin have on it? This skin doesn't have any grenades. Okay, what about normal marshmallow? Oh, it's the same grenades right there. And, you know, it's like, okay, you know, it has the ammo clip on it as well. Maybe the ammo clip's why, but both of them have the same ammo clip as well, meaning that Marshmallow is allowed, but female Marshmallow, being Marsha, is not allowed. And it's like, what is the problem then? If, you know, if the ammo clips and the grenades completely fine, is it because there's too much skin showing? Like, what is the restriction here? But then again, you look through some of the other characters in the game, and it's like, there's weird, I just don't really know how to explain it, right? Like, for example, this apparently is too scary to be used in maps, even though you can use it on the skin itself, right? Keep in mind, you can use it normally. If we go over to, like, emoticons and all the type of stuff, and we go over to the sprays category and look, you know, from brand new ones, if we scroll down here, we will see this right here. It is the exact same skin variant I just showed you that you can use in those experiences, but you can't spray him down on the ground because this apparently is too risque for those E for everyone experiences. And, like, if we look over here, right? Driver, completely fine. You know, all these little battle pass rewards here and there, completely fine. You can use those all you want, but the one actual spray that includes a pistol in it, you can't use. The Save the World Husk Spray reward that showcase, you know, just a lot of husk piled up by a tombstone, can't use in those experiences because there's skeletons. It's almost like China restriction, but even worse, built into the game because they're trying to move away from Battle Royale. And I know that rant is a lot on its own, so let's talk about the second second part of this video that is unrelated to all that type of stuff, right? This all relates to what is happening in Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is going to launch in December, and there's a lot of suspicions on, oh, what is going to be going on? A lot of focus on the maps themselves for Battle Royale, but Battle Royale isn't the focus anymore, right? While you can play Battle Royale, you can play that all you want and everything. I mean, for me, I recently played ranked and hit the highest rank possible, being Unreal rank, and you can have some fun with that, but based on what Epic Games is doing, December in Chapter 5 is their way of being like, look guys, we can be hip with the kids, we're not a Battle Royale game, and that is because back to back to back, they're releasing 3 main new minigames that have a focus on microtransactions in them, right? We have a Rock Band inspired rhythm game, right? That's actually being worked on by Harmonix, the people who made Rock Band, that will have support for stuff like vocals, so you can actually sing the songs and gain points. They may even release real life guitars and stuff that you're able to use, similar to Guitar Hero and that type of stuff, for you to use in that minigame. And they're going to be selling music packs that you could already have normally as spark tracks in the item shop, meaning that, you know, some of these old Battle Pass cosmetics, like, you know, if we go all the way down here, maybe the Save the World music pack or something, or maybe all these old stuff from Season 6 you can't get anymore, they could technically resell you that as rhythm mode songs, right? So you can use them in the rhythm mode, but you can't have them as a normal music pack. But that's only one of the 3 modes. The second mode is called Delmar, which is Rocket League Racing. That is a mode that is being worked on, which is supposed to allow you to use your entire Rocket League vehicle collection in Fortnite, and it's basically supposed to be Rocket League branded racing mode, right? Think about like death races like Mario Kart or something, right? That is something they're working on, and they're setting to launch in December as well. And all 3 of the things I talk about are launching one day after each other. It's going to be like on the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, we're going to be getting a different thing. And that one as well is going to have item shop cosmetics that you're going to get. And apparently it's also rumored that that is going to have a battle pass as well that you're going to get. Meaning we'll have a Battle Royale battle pass and Delmar battle pass, or whatever the racing mode is, right? And it's just going to be so weird because it's like, what even is the future of this game? But it gets even weirder. We are having a 3rd mode releasing, and this will be the first one that releases with Chapter 5, you know, around like the 7th or 8th, and it is Lego. That is right, Lego Fortnite. And you might be like, okay, so what does this mean? There are too many leaks about it that it just doesn't make sense to me what they're even doing for the Lego collaboration. But from my understanding, they're importing the entire brick database. They're going to be having Lego cosmetics you're able to purchase that will only be usable in the Lego mode. And it's supposed to be like creative mode, right? It's supposed to be like UEFN, all that type of stuff. Think Lego World or something, built into Fortnite. And it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, what is this game? You mean to tell me what was originally just a save the world, you know, Battle Royale, or not even Battle Royale, but a tower defense survival game that eventually got really big off of Battle Royale, that eventually made a Among Us clone that ended up getting shut down because they never updated it in the first place, is now like, hey, we couldn't handle releasing a mode that wasn't Battle Royale, so what if we release 3 new modes at the exact same time after laying off so many employees, after all this bad press and everything else, and after age restricting the cosmetics? And they've kind of said some stuff, right? They've kind of gone public about some of this, you know, especially after the backlash, especially after a petition and everything else online, where they're like, hey, don't worry, the skins in particular that are restricted, we'll be trying to make sure that you'll be able to use them in any experience you want regardless, right? Over the next year, you'll be able to use these, right? So if you want to use something like, I guess, you know, the Marshy skin, I think it was that we were just looking at, if you want to use this, don't worry, we'll modify it over the next year. So if you're in one of those rated E for everyone experiences, poof, just no more grenades, no more ammo. That's it. We'll just remove some cosmetics from the skin itself. But based on how they replied to it, I think that was something that was just kind of like, hey, wait a minute. We know you guys are upset at us, but over a year from now, we'll make it better to you. And it's like, when is that in a year? Is that January or is that December? Or are you guys going to delay it another year afterwards, or pull something like a Team Fortress 2 where like, we hear you, we're working on changes, and then you just don't do anything? What is this? Give us a time frame. Give us an actual time frame that isn't just anywhere within like the next 365 days, probably, maybe, we don't know. We'll hope you just kind of get used to it by that point and forget about this whole entire situation, right? And it's just, I don't understand what Fortnite's doing. And I as someone who is actively in the community, I'm one of the centerpieces of the community because of how much I focus on Fortnite, how much, you know, I data mine the game, I leak it, all this type of stuff. I just don't know how much longer this is going to be a game I can continue to play. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. I stopped not buying the Fortnite crew. I ended my membership. It's going to end December 10th, meaning I get whatever Chapter 5's Battle Pass is for free or whatnot, but I don't see myself being able to properly purchase this monthly if this is how they're going to treat it, right? You know, if they're just going to try shoving FOMO down your throat more and more and more, if they're trying to make it so Rocket League is removing trading just so they can have cross-game synergy or whatever, so you can have your Rocket League inventory in Fortnite, and they're trying to have these collaborations that are untradeable and all this type of stuff, it just feels like what Fortnite is trying to do and what Epic Games is trying to do is swallow all these different things and put them in one game because they want to be this weird little combination of a million things, right? It feels like they're just sitting here in this odd situation where they want to be Roblox. That is basically all I can explain it as, right? And the wording I've heard from people at Epic and stuff, and this isn't really like a leak or anything, you know, I've heard this from multiple people now, especially people not even at Epic, is, oh, you know, I feel like people are just overreacting. They'll get it soon enough. The they'll get it soon enough thing has been said so much now, and it's just like, when is soon enough? The get it thing is, hey, we're not a battle royale anymore. We're Lego, we're Rocket League, we're Fortnite, we're Fall Guys, we're Rock Band. It's like, at that point, just release your own. If you want to make these fully blown mini games, these fully blown racing modes and stuff that can be fleshed out as their own game, make them their own game. Are you afraid that because of the fact that you got stuff and you swallowed up companies like Fall Guys and then laid off half the team and then removed it from Steam, that the player base isn't going to be there if you released it as your own full game? It won't be near what Fortnite was or anything else because of the fact that you restrict where people can play the games from because you want Epic Games Store to be your main focus. There's so many things I could say about this whole entire situation, and it's just super cringe to me. It is super annoying, and I just really hate it, right? And maybe you think I'm just being a little bit of a baby about the whole situation. Maybe you're like, it's not that crazy, FireMonkey or whatever else, but I just can't see myself supporting a game that is going to keep reality checking their players over and over and over again until they just snap to the point where they don't want to play the game anymore. The OG Battle Pass or whatever else was a way to draw old players back into the game, so why is it that all your stuff that you're doing during the OG season, you're slowly reverting and deciding not to do, such as the item shop, which was originally one page until they realized, wait a minute, we could do this a little bit better. Why are you going ahead now and deciding, you know, this stuff wasn't working for us, so instead what we're going to do here is un-OGify the season, right? It's like at this point, you're just kind of showing through the cracks that you're not focused on Fortnite anymore. You're focused on trying to bring in a million must-succeed interactive abilities or modes or whatever else to your game, and not just trying to make the strongest experience possible. And this isn't me hating on the Epic employees, right? I know some of the Epic employees and stuff. You see them on Twitter all the time and everything else, and I don't think they're bad people. I think the people working at Epic Games, you know, for the most part, I like a lot of them. However, this is going to be a whole entire situation where I just can't see myself supporting Epic Games as a company because Tim Sweeney has this massive focus on, guys, look, we are a metaverse. I didn't buy into Fortnite because of a metaverse. I didn't buy these cosmetics because there was this metaverse I was hopeful for where I could use my cosmetics in Battle Royale, but I could also use them in Huggy and Kissy's Backrooms horror. I didn't plan for that to be where my money was going to at all, right? I bought the cosmetics in the game because I liked Battle Royale. I don't care about all these kid-friendly experiences. If I wanted a kid-friendly experience, I would play Roblox. And when I do play Roblox, I play that for maybe like a day or two, maybe a week, and then I take like a year-long break because I don't have that much retention towards something that is going to just be community made by everyone else instead of being fully supported by Epic Games, right? And it's like, if they couldn't handle making imposters, if they couldn't even update that past the launch, how are these other 3 modes that they're launching at the exact same time going to be any good if we already have low faith in them updating them because they have a history of just letting things go sit stale in the files or whatever else, and when they don't work they just remove it to work on other things? How is any of it going to be any good? And I know this video is really long. It's just a really long, like, passionate ramble about everything else. Maybe I'm a big baby about it, but it's just like, man, I really miss what Fortnite originally was. And I feel that what Fortnite's trying to be now is just a shell of its former self. And the only thing I could see myself even excited for at this point is cool little collaborations happening, but I don't know if I would even spend money on them, right? I don't know if I would even buy a battle pass anymore, because sure, you know, Epic Games makes a lot of banger cosmetics still, right? They still have some really cool designs. I mean, you know, especially in the most recent battle pass, I love the Renegade Link skin. I think it's a really clean looking skin, but at the same time, they're losing their own identity to the point where their actual icons, the loading screens and everything else, are removing guns from them because, hey, we're a game for everyone. We can't have guns in our loading screens or app icons, to the point where the actual key art for this season, being, where is it, this one right here, had to be removed from when you loaded into the game because it featured guns in it, right? Now it's just an image of the main characters in the battle pass standing there, right? And sure, it's reminiscent of old Fortnite in some ways, but I think it's a sign of what we're going to be seeing going forwards, where they're going to just kind of advertise Fortnite when you load in with the cosmetic images, and then if you want to see guns and all that, go ahead and play Battle Royale. But at the same time, it's like, even with that, you're sitting here in a situation where I have cosmetics that are restricted because of whatever reason, but at the same time, even if I'm not playing those modes, right, I could go through here and I could click on a skin itself and quite literally see the gun on it. Like, for example, Sledgehammer right here, you know, we don't really have a gun on them, but we have a lot of little pouches and everything. If we go over here to like Demogorgon, this is apparently too crazy for games. I can still see it in my locker. And it's funny, because like if I equip this, right, and then I go to one of those rated E for everyone games, I become a default skin. I just become a default in the game, and it's specifically this one for some reason, and that is kind of what they're doing. It's like, hey, if you use one of these characters that can't be used in these experiences, you're a default, and it's just something that I'm burnt out on it in some ways. Like, I still want to leak the game because I enjoy leaking stuff, and I find that fun, but I just can't see myself playing the game any more than just recording my daily YouTube video for the Fortnite channel and calling it a quit there, because Epic Games just doesn't seem to care anymore about their mode that made them what they are today. So in my opinion, Fortnite is going to be reality checking all of its players with the launch of Chapter 5 by showcasing the LEGO mode, the Fortnite racing mode, or I guess Rocket League racing mode, and the Harmonix rock band themed rhythm game mode and all that type of stuff. And it's going to be something where this game that you may have grown up with because of it being a Battle Royale is no longer what you once remembered it as, and Battle Royale won't be a focus, right? I mean, even when it comes to live events and stuff, right? The current live event codenamed Durian is rated E for everyone, meaning that if you wanted to play the live event with one of your mains, like let's say Demogorgon or something, I know I keep picking that one a lot, but it's just the one that's easiest to like find in my menu. If you want to use like the Terminator or something, let's say that's your main, you can't in the Battle Royale live event because of it being rated E for everyone. And it's like, why do that? Because there's people like me who, for example, you know, I don't really have the restriction because I use Sergeant Green Clover, that's not restricted at all, who have a main that they always go into the same event to every single time with it, and you might be restricted. You might be like, no, you can't use that because we don't have guns or violence in this event right here. But I guess we will see what happens very, very soon, and all of us will be getting a reality check together. So until next time, I'll catch you champs and champettes a little bit later. Peace out.